Shivani Malviya, your science teacher. So we will see the chemistry part of class 10. So we are going to study chapter number 2, acid, bases and salt. In that, first of all, I would like to give you some introduction about the lesson. As you all have already studied these all things in class 7. Okay, so the introduction, that is in general, you might be knowing what are acid, bases and salt. But still I will tell you, before that, let us see the introduction of the lesson. We know variety of things are there around us. These all things are made up of chemical substances. You might be thinking, okay, why lemon is tangy in taste? Raw mango is also sour in taste. What is the reason? And some of the substance you might have seen, they are soapy in touch. The reason behind is these all substances are composed of different chemicals. These chemical substances, some we are getting from the natural sources, are called natural, and some artificially. That means that has been prepared by human beings in the lab. So I have divided such chemical substance in the two parts. The one, some which are obtained from animal and plants. Few chemicals which are obtained from animal and plants are called organic because they are obtained from the living substances. For example, acid, bases and salts are there. Few acids, you might have an experience of an ant bite. If an ant bite, why we are having sensation of inflammation and the particular affected part is becoming red also. It is because of the presence of the acid in the ant sting. Acids. Now let us see what are acids. Acidity is a characteristic property of acid. Acidic substances are usually sour in taste. The word acid is derived from a Latin word acidus. Acidus, which means sour. Most of the acids are sour in taste, which is one of the characteristic property of acids. Now, see, we are using variety of acids in our home. For example, lemon is containing citric acid. We are using tamarind. Tamarind is containing tartaric acid. In the same way, tomato is also containing acid, and ascorbic acid is also present. These all acids are called natural acids. Few acids are called concentrated acids, and that we are using in the laboratory. The few main strong acids are HCl, which means hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, which means sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, we are using it as a toilet cleaner also. Then HNO3, that is nitric acid. There are certain tests by means of which we can understand whether the particular solution is acid or base. For example, for you people, I took this HCl solution in a test tube. If I will dip blue litmus paper, this is a blue litmus paper. This kind of strip you can find out of the blue litmus paper. If I will put a strip of blue litmus paper inside this solution, so you can see there is a color change. Blue litmus paper will change into red in color. This is a particular test of acids. Next, bases. Bases are the substances which are bitter in taste and also feels soapy. For example, we are using detergent powder, soap, etc. at home. These all things are containing base. Few examples of base are sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, washing soda, etc. Apart from these and all, baking soda, you all know we are using in cake, baking, and for other items. Nowadays, as Corona is going on, so for cleaning the food stuff also, whatever vegetables we are purchasing, we used to wash it with baking soda, that is called Mita soda at home, and salt. Okay, so I am not talking about salt, that is the same baking soda. Baking soda is an example of base. Now I will show you a small test to identify the presence of base. This is potassium hydroxide, which is the base. I have prepared a solution of it, and I will show you the test of this. Like if we will put a test it with a red litmus paper. So with the red litmus paper will turn blue, red to blue. You can see here, if I will dip this red litmus paper inside this solution, so that will convert from red to blue. Here it is, that will convert from red to blue. So this is an identification, or we can say a basic test to check the presence of base. Salts. As we have seen a general introduction, I will call you what are acids and bases. Now what are salts? Salts also you have seen so many salts we are using in the laboratory. At home the very common sodium chloride, that is NaCl, we are using as a salt. Now see, salt are actually the combination of acids and base. Acid plus base will combine and form a salt. So salts are having taste similar to the taste of a common salt, but all salts are not salty in taste. Some are unpleasant and poisonous also. That's why I will suggest you not to go for taking any kind of salt and testing with the mouth. Some examples of salts are sodium chloride, copper sulfate, silver nitrate, calcium carbonate. Like I have one sodium carbonate salts here. Okay, now see, as for NCERT we will see. So as I said here, the acid, bases and salts, they all are how we can find out from any of the solution. For example, if you have this kind of transparent solution and it is not allowed to taste it. We cannot taste any of the solution. So there are proper methods. Or we can say laboratory methods are there. By using such methods, we can test whether the particular substance is an acid, is a base or a salt. Okay, so that's why I suggest you, this has been suggested, do not attempt to taste any of the salt, or it may be acid or anything like acid, base or salt, whatever you have. So I will suggest you not to taste it in your mouth. Okay, there are proper methods for testing these and all salts. So these are all acids, base and salt. So go with that method. We are going to discuss these all method one by one in this coming lesson itself. Okay. Now I will tell you, as you know, we cannot taste it. So there may be some source or some medium by using which we can find out whether the particular substance, like if I will give you this kind of solution, I will tell you to test. Okay, test. How you will test? So there is a requirement of some other chemical substance. Okay, so now we will have next topic, that is indicator. By the use of indicator, we can find out easily that particular substance, whether the particular solution contains an acid and base or salt. Indicators. There are basically three types of indicators. As I said before, there is a visible color change with indicators. So there are three kinds of indicators. First is natural indicators. Natural indicators, what it means? It means the indicator which obtained from natural substance. Okay, so there are three examples which are basic, that is litmus, turmeric and red cabbage. You all have prepared these all indicators in the 7th class. You might have remember, all have made turmeric paper. Like litmus paper, it can be prepared by using lichens. Okay, lichens are organisms which are living in symbiotic relationship, like algae and fungus. They live in the symbiotic relationship, and by taking that lichen from that part, we are preparing a solution called litmus solution. They are coming in two color, that is red litmus and blue paper. Right now I have only blue litmus. With this solution, paper strip can be made. That already I shown you. This is a strip of blue litmus paper. It is looking purple, but actually this is the blue litmus paper, and another one is a red litmus paper, which seems like this. And turmeric paper, it is very easy to prepare. I am recalling you what you have prepared in the 7th class. That is, you can make a paste of turmeric and soak it into a white paper, then leave it for dry. Afterward, if you will test it with acid and base, so you can find out a visible color change. And then next one is red cabbage. Red cabbage juice can also be prepared in the same way. Likewise, red cabbage, it can be cut into pieces and we will allow it to boil. After boiling, solution can be taken, and again the way we have prepared turmeric paper, or directly we can use a solution of red cabbage for testing the presence of acids and base. Next, olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators, the indicators which help to find out acid or base by smelling. You all know we are having 5 sense organs in our body. Out of this, the one which deals with smell are called olfactory indicators. 2 examples of olfactory indicators are onion and vanilla. Vanilla, you all know, vanilla, it is an essence which we are using for preparing cake, etc. And that can also be prepared at home, like onion indicators if you want to make. So you can crush the onion, take out the peel, put it inside a plastic bag and put some strips of cloths in a longitudinal form, cut the strips and put inside, leave it for overnight. Next day that are ready to use. So if you will test onion olfactory indicator with acid, so there is no change. But so onion, the juice of onion can be taken. Onion loses its smell when added with base, and it keeps its smell when it is added with acids. And in the same way, same test is with vanilla. It also loses its smell when it comes in contact with base, and it is not losing its smell when it is in contact with acids. Same test are there. Now one thing I would like to tell you, what are the use of olfactory indicators, as we are having variety of indicators in the lab. Its use is for the visually challenged students, like visually challenged students, those who are blind, those who are not able to see. They can test the presence of acids and base by using these olfactory indicators. Next is synthetic indicator. Synthetic, that means which can be prepared in the laboratory. The one which is not natural, which we are not getting from nature, that can be prepared in the laboratory by mixing different chemicals, are called synthetic indicator. For example, we have phenolphthalein in this solution form, you are getting this indicator. Next we have methyl orange. So phenolphthalein solution, it is a colorless liquid. Phenolphthalein solution, as you can see, this is a colorless liquid. It remains colorless with acid while it turns into pink with bases. Now last is methyl orange. As the name suggests, it is orange in color. It turns into red color with acids, and with base it turns into yellow in color. The next topic we will continue in the next lecture. Stay home, stay safe.